going, good people? This is 8-Bit Animal. Okay, so today's game is actually the sequel to one of the very first side-scrolling shoot 'em ups ever released. It's an arcade port, and there was some confusion about the name of the title, things like that originally. But this one is directly titled as the sequel to the original. It was initially a Williams title, and this home port was done by HAL America, who produced the home port for Joust on NES and Millipede on NES, among other really good titles that they've been responsible for. Today's game is Defender 2. Now, Defender 2 was originally called Stargate, or Defender Stargate. And it was done by a two-man team called VidKids back in 1982, I want to say. Well, Williams wanted to retain the rights to the game, and is as such the rights to the Defender name. So with this title being a sequel to Defender, they decided to change the name of the title. And henceforth, after maybe the Atari 2600 version, the initial run of the Atari 2600 version, every other version of this title after that was called Defender 2. Now, this title adds a little bit to what was established in the first Defender title, whereas you have several different enemy types, and most notably you have a Stargate in the middle of the playfield that will warp you to another end of the playfield. It's a really straightforward game. It was designed as such. There's not a whole lot to Defender as far as bells and whistles. To say this port was done in 1988, it's actually exactly like the arcade version, albeit with less buttons. But it's got a lot of polish for a NES arcade port, and a game from the golden age of gaming like Defender 2. It deserved a monicum. It deserves a monicum of respect from gamers, even now, because it's a really fast-paced game. To say it's as simplistic as it is. Basically, you advance from wave to wave, or level to level, by either defeating all the enemies or rescuing all the humans that are picked up from the bottom of the playfield. That's another thing about this game. Aliens will snatch up the humans scattered about the bottom of the playfield and take them to the top of the playfield, mutating the ship and all that good stuff. If you destroy an alien and it's dropping a human, you have to fly over and pick the human up. If you drop it, the human dies. You don't get a bonus for it. But that's neither here nor there. Defender is definitely contingent on scoring. That's what's at the heart of this game. There's no end to the title as far as a final level or anything like that. It just keeps going. It's a fun experience. If you've never played it, or if you're a fan of old school shmups, you should definitely play Defender 2, because it's the earliest example of what's considered an old school shmup. This has been 8-Bit Animal. I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow.